Today is day 7 of my 31 days of filming and posting in January 2025 challenge. So today is the 7th of January 2025 and it's now been a week of filming and posting, including this video. And so I wanted to share what I've learned in this very short time of 1 week as a 1-week-old newbie content creator, and take you through the things that went well, things that didn't go well, things that I'd like to work on going forward, and the possible challenges that I foresee in completing this challenge the rest of the month and how I plan on overcoming them. So in terms of the things that went well, I guess the main thing is that I have done what I set out to do, which was to film and post daily for the last week. I haven't been focusing on the quality of the video in any shape or form. I'm just filming and posting 1 video a day. And so for that, I am proud of myself. It has been more challenging than I anticipated, but I've gotten here so far. The consequences of having gone through this process, filming and posting daily, is that firstly, even though it hasn't been very long, I've noticed that I'm already feeling a little bit more relaxed and comfortable with being on camera and with the idea of being seen. I think you can actually tell from my first 2 videos compared to, say, the last 2 videos that I'm just looking a little bit more relaxed, a little bit more comfortable on camera. There's still a long way to go, but just I think it's a slight improvement. I think the other thing is that by going through the process of posting daily, I've had to quickly learn what's actually required at the process of posting videos to YouTube. And I'd literally never done it before posting my first video about a week ago. And so I've had to turn my mind to things like title, description, thumbnail. And I know that they all need a lot of work. I'm virtually putting in no work in any of those things. I'm just trying to get it done. But it's been a good experience. And so, for example, something that I learned that I couldn't have, well, I guess I could have theoretically learned it from someone, but I learned just in the last week is that YouTube provides auto-generated thumbnails. So if you don't have one prepared yourself, it will auto-generate 3, and you can pick one of the 3 to choose to be your thumbnail. Obviously, I'd like to be able to prepare my own at some point, but for now, because I'm pressed for time and I'm just focusing on getting it done, it's actually been really helpful to have YouTube generate them for me. They're not good by any stretch of the imagination, but I think it's a good option if you're just trying to get it done and that's your main goal. What didn't go so well, or what were my biggest challenges? So firstly, I did have a plan for the first 7 days in terms of topic, a basic outline and title. And what I found on most days was that I'd wake up and not want to talk about that particular topic, and I'd end up choosing something else altogether. So on the day, I'd be going through the entire process of selecting a topic, going through an outline or a script, filming, and then posting. So not very efficient. I think what I need to do is to put a bit more time into the planning part. I think I chose those topics too quickly, didn't think them through very carefully, and they didn't seem to reflect what I wanted to actually talk about on the day. That being said, at the same time, I probably need to practice a little bit more discipline so that once I have decided and planned the content in advance, I should try and stick to it as much as possible. Otherwise, it's just all a bit of a waste of time, and it's taking too much on the actual day to go through that entire process. The second thing was that I thought I could just write up a couple of bullet points and I'd be able to just speak to that off the top of my head. And the first couple of videos were that. And looking back, it's painful. I was literally thinking of what to say as I went along, and there were way too many ums and ahs and pauses and silences. And so what I did then do is try and edit them out, and it just took too long. And then after watching it back, it just didn't look natural. So just a lot of cringe thinking about the first couple of videos, but I've left them up there. And so what I've done is now in the last couple of days, written out a script and I've put it into a teleprompter, a free teleprompter I found online. And I will post it into the description if you want to use it. I'd highly recommend it. So even if I don't end up saying it word for word, it is there as a backup if I need it. And it keeps me at a certain pace. I generally tend to speak quite slowly. And so the teleprompter just keeps me in check, keeps me speaking at a certain pace. It is something that I would like to work towards in the long term, being able to speak off some bullet points. But being the complete newbie that I am, I'm fine to be working off a script, and I think you should too if that's what makes you feel comfortable and confident. I guess on a personal note, something that I've been struggling with is I've been a bit unwell. I've been dealing with something that's undiagnosed for maybe about a year or so, probably a little bit less than that, but the symptoms are just a lot of congestion, coughing, and it's not the cold or flu. And so I've dealt with this for a while, but it's gotten worse in the last couple of weeks, and I just wasn't anticipating that to happen. And so it's meant that some days have been a little bit harder to film. Like I've had a really bad headache the whole day today, or there'd just be coughing or clearing my throat constantly throughout the video, which I was trying to then edit out at the start, which was just taking too long. And so the teleprompter, again, has really helped with that. I know it's coming, I know what I'm about to say, and so I'm just trying to get through the script, bless you, without clearing my throat or coughing, so I don't have to then spend time editing that out. In terms of things that I like to work on in the future, there's a lot. There's a lot in the coming months that I'd like to focus on after this challenge of 31 days is done. Things like preparing thumbnails in advance, putting in fonts and graphics, better editing of the actual videos, working on the actual script itself and having it be a bit more succinct and impactful, and practicing these a little bit more before I get on camera. So it flows a little bit more naturally. And I think all of that is to come. All of that is to come later. In this process of filming and posting daily, it's been really helpful. Only 7 days in, these things that I need to work on, it's not just theoretical anymore. Like, it's very clear to me what it is and why. And it's really helped me with that initial fear of just that I really needed to get past, this fear of just being on camera and speaking and fear of being seen. Some challenges for the rest of the month include the fact that I'm going to have less time from next week as I return to my day job. I've been on a break for the last couple of weeks, so I've had more time, but I'm going to have to try and figure out when in the day I'm going to try and fit them in. I might need to make shorter videos or just be a little bit more prepared with a script the day or before I go to actually sit down to film. Also, I guess I just need to work out what's going on with my health situation, and hopefully it gets better in the following few weeks and not worse. I hope you found some of this interesting or helpful. I'll see you tomorrow.